Welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. And I am your host, Conrad Cushman, and we are here to review SummerSlam 2018. Now, if you guys are wondering, my voice sounds like this because I went to a concert last night. So, it is what it is. So, unfortunately, I will be sounding like this for most of the review. But let's talk about the show and get into the overall thoughts of the show. We are going to first start off with the pre-show matches. And our first match on the pre-show was a mixed tag match with Rusev and Lana versus Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega. Now, this match I thought would have had a little more build up to it, considering the fact that they had Rusev and Lana versus Almas and Vega, and they've been doing the storyline where Aiden English has been interfering in all the matches. Didn't happen. Nothing happened with it. So that was quite disappointing to have. Overall, I gave it a grade of a C. They ended up winning when Vega put her feet on the ropes with a roll-up and pinned Lana. Not too much to say about that one. We get to the next match. It was for the Cruiserweight Championship. It was Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gulak. I'm very disappointed that WWE doesn't put the Cruiserweight Championship matches on the main card ever. Why does this occur? I'm not sure. It doesn't make any sense to me, though, as far as why they don't put the Cruiserweight Championship on the main card. I think that they put on some of the best matches in the WWE, and they deserve some respect for it. But neither here nor there. This was a decent Cruiserweight match. Nothing that you wouldn't expect from these two. Quite simple. Ended in a roll-up once again. Cedric Alexander retains the championship. C+ match. Is what it is. We get to the Raw Tag Team title match. We had the B Team, who are the champions, versus the Revival. I don't get the love for the B Team. They're so goofy and everything else. I mean, I don't hate them, but at the same point, I'm not like the biggest fan of theirs. I really felt the Revival deserved the tag team championships, and they didn't get them. The B Team ends up picking up the victory. C- match. Really nothing too much to say about it. And shout out to whoever's watching the stream. Do me a favor, if you guys want to chat on YouTube in the chat box, you can say something and I will type to you below. I just wrote hi in there right now, so if you guys want to chat, talk, leave your thoughts, I'll read them on the air, whatever. But we're about to get into the main card for SummerSlam. So we get to the IC title match, which was the opening match on the card, and a perfect match to open up the show with. We had Dolph Ziggler, who was the Intercontinental Champion, with Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins with Dean Ambrose. Decent match. I mean, I won't even say decent. It was a damn good match. Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins always put on a show. They did the best they could. Had a lot of good spots in here. I like that Rollins did run up the turnbuckle and did the reverse. He did a reverse suplex, and then he still held on and then slammed Rollins or Ziggler down again. Excellent stuff. We give it a B+. I was so shocked that Dean Ambrose did not turn on Seth Rollins. Maybe they're saving it, but I thought that some of the looks he was given towards the end of the match, that they were teasing it to set it up, but nothing happened. Nothing came of it. So pretty disappointed to see that, but it is what it is. Our next match is for the SmackDown Live Tag Team titles. We have the Bludgeon Brothers versus the New Day. New Day had Big E and Xavier Woods representing the team versus the Bludgeon Brothers. Decent match. Nothing too crazy in it. But the match ends when the Bludgeon Brothers get disqualified. Was I happy with it? No. Was I really, really mad about it either, though? No. This seems like something that they're going to save for SmackDown. I feel in your pay-per-views you should always try to have a decent finish, and you shouldn't try to go for DQs all the time. So I really wasn't a big fan of it. The Bludgeon Brothers brought out their big hammers. That sounds horrible now that I'm thinking about it. But they brought out the hammers that they use in their entrance, and they basically beat up New Day with them. whatever. Could have been a better match. It was going somewhere, and it just didn't finish, in my opinion, well. We go with the Money in the Bank contract match, Kevin Owens versus Braun Strowman, D. Instantly, the grade for that match is a D. Who did Kevin Owens piss off to get shitted on like this? I'm sorry, but Kevin Owens just got destroyed in this match by Braun Strowman. No way to put it. 1, 2, 3, left laying. Like, I just couldn't believe how that match ended. Braun Strowman picks up a victory. Good for him. Happy to see him pick up the win. We get to the SmackDown Live Women's Triple Threat match for the championship. Carmella defended against Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. Decent women's match. Decent triple threat. They did a lot of back and forth stuff. But Carmella is no longer your champion. And this is probably her best match, in my opinion. At least that's how I felt. I thought she did a tremendous job in this one. But she couldn't overcome Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. And Charlotte Flair ends up hitting her finisher on Becky Lynch while she had the disarmor on. She came over and did that front neck flip. Got her down. And 1, 2, 3, Charlotte Flair is your new SmackDown Live Women's Champion. B-. But the aftermath is the best part for this match. Becky Lynch winds up turning heel on Charlotte Flair. And Charlotte deserved it, I felt, in my opinion. Charlotte did not earn a title match. She came in and beat Carmella. Big whoop. I don't understand why she got that match after she just lost to her. But Becky Lynch turned on her. She stole her moment. And the fans were going crazy and cheered Becky because of it. So that makes things pretty interesting. I know there's a lot of Becky Lynch fans out there, and they were happy to see her finally get her just due. And I'll be interested to see what kind of work she does as a heel, because I've never seen Becky Lynch as a heel besides the time in NXT with Sasha Banks, and she was kind of a lackey at that point. The WWE title match, we had AJ Styles, the champion, versus Samoa Joe. I'm going to put this down right now as, personally for me, one of my match of the nights. I would give it to 2 matches, and this is one of them. And the other one's actually not too far behind. AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, great match. There were chants of TNA, and just a great match. Now, there's a big difference from what I'm going to say. This match ends in a disqualification as well. Here's the difference, though, guys. This is going somewhere. This was a setup that made sense. So Samoa Joe winds up beating down AJ. They can't beat each other, basically. And what happens is Samoa Joe gets on the microphone and tells Wendy Styles, who is sitting front row, and she was shown several times, that AJ's not going to make it home tonight, and I'm going to be your new daddy. And AJ gets up from the ground after being thrown in the steps, and he's bloody, bleeding from his forehead, and he jumps up onto the table and puts Joe through the barricade, grabs a chair, and starts wailing on him. AJ Styles went crazy. It makes sense. He's a babyface. You're talking about his family. That's what he cares about. That's what he loves. That's what he knows. Good storytelling with that. And then AJ went over to his daughter. Shout out to the Solid Monster for the funniest part in it was basically when AJ Styles goes to his daughter and she's like, "Daddy, you're bleeding." And then she wanted to go back to her mom. Real funny. But great storytelling here, and I can't wait to see where this feud's going next. So the DQ in this match I was okay with, unlike the New Day and the Bludgeon Brothers. We get to our next match, my other match of the night. Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. An incredible story. The video package for this is awesome. If you have not seen it, definitely tremendous. Daniel Bryan versus The Miz has been 8 years in the making. They set this up perfectly and got the people invested in this match. Excellent wrestling. And I feel Daniel Bryan makes The Miz better. And same thing, I think The Miz makes Daniel Bryan a better babyface as a character. These guys put on a heck of a wrestling match, and the ending comes with Maurice, who's sitting front row, and Miz ends up going over to the barricade like, oh, this guy's beating the crap out of me, I need help. And she hands him a pair of, I don't know if it was brass knuckles or something, and he winds up hitting Daniel Bryan in the head as he was trying to go for a dive, hits the skull-crushing finale, 1, 2, 3. The Miz defeats Daniel Bryan. And hopefully this feud isn't over yet either. I would love to see this match carry over all the way to WrestleMania. I think you could tell a great story between these two and have it continue on. And you could bring it up maybe at the Royal Rumble too, once again to get the feud started, and they cost each other their chances at the WWE Championship. Just throwing some scenarios out there, but I think it would be really good stuff. We get to a match that I thought I was going to dread. We get to Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin comes out, does his regular thing. I'm really not feeling the attire. I kind of miss the old Baron Corbin cut-off t-shirt and the tights attire, but he comes out in his dress clothes, whatever. Finn Balor comes out. I thought we were going to see Finn Balor come out with the leather jacket, do his normal thing, smiling, the crap we're all tired of. But no, Finn Balor comes out as Demon Balor and destroys Baron Corbin in a short match. I gave it the overall grade of a C, and I'm sorry, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, B+. This is all going to be in the description as well. Daniel Bryan, The Miz was a B+. Baron Corbin and Finn Balor was a C. My only issue with that was I just expected more from Finn Balor and Baron Corbin. It wasn't like dud level, but whatever. Balor coming back as the Demon was much needed for his character, and he needed this win more than Baron Corbin because Corbin was putting the beat down on him, and Constable Corbin has his gimmick right now too. I just wish they did more with both guys, period. We get to the US title match. We had Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jeff Hardy. Okay match, a little bit better than okay, decent. I give it a C+. Nakamura wins with the Kinshasa. Randy Orton teases that he's coming out. Doesn't really do too much. And when you think he's going to attack Jeff Hardy, he just turns around and walks to the back randomly. Don't get why. Not really sure. But pretty cool that we got Randy Orton to make an appearance and get paid, and he didn't do anything. But we'll see what happens on SmackDown and where they're going to take this. We get to the Raw Women's title match. Alexa Bliss versus Ronda Rousey. This is what I expected. Ronda Rousey got in there, kicked some ass, beat Alexa Bliss's ass, and she just threw her all around the ring. She ragged out her the whole match and eventually put a submission on her, and Alexa Bliss tapped out. C+, Ronda Rousey is your new Raw Women's Champion. Not too bad of a match, though. Wasn't horrible. It was good. They tried. And for the WWE Universal title match, Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman versus Roman Reigns. In the beginning of the match, Braun Strowman comes out with his Money in the Bank briefcase like I predicted. Very disappointed in him just coming out like that at first. And then I thought it was going to be a triple threat, but then Braun saves the day with logic and says, whoever wins this match, I'm challenging you for the belt afterwards. So Braun's just sitting out there with the briefcase that says he's going to fight whoever wins this. Well, it turns out that in this match, Braun Strowman sits out there, doesn't do too much. Roman and Lesnar do the usual. They went right for finishers right away because they knew they didn't have a lot of time to keep people into it. They were getting chants of "you both suck." Some were cheering for Lesnar, some were cheering for Reigns, whatever. New York City did what they had to do. And then I don't get it. Like, Roman went to go for a spear. He dove to the floor, knocked Braun over. Lesnar went outside, hits him with the briefcase a couple times, and then hits him with the F5 and throws the briefcase all the way up the ramp so he can't cash in. Well, upon him getting a steel chair and beating down Strowman, he gets back into the ring. Spear from Roman Reigns. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns is your new Universal Champion. I wasn't too happy with it. I definitely thought they could have ended the show a little bit better than that, than laying out Braun Strowman. Roman gets the belt. it'll be interesting to see what they do next. Braun still got the briefcase and he's walking around with it. We'll see. I gave it a C- for that match. It could have been better, but the crowd really wasn't feeling it, and I felt the show was going on too long at that point. Even when we were watching it, people were getting tired. They were done. So overall show grade for this. I thought it was a decent show, a little bit better than average, but it still was not meeting my expectations of being good, we'll say. So average show, I gave it a C+. It's on the mid to upper echelon of SummerSlams. It's not horrible. They did a lot better than I thought they would, but it's still not outshining NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. And I do have a review up on that. If you look in the description box, I will have my podcast on there. You can listen to it on Apple, Spotify, wherever you choose to, and listen to me review NXT. It's about a 15 to 17 minute review, but definitely worth your time to check out. Also for this, guys, do me a favor. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share this video with another wrestling fan. If you know someone who just wants to talk wrestling, looking for people to talk wrestling with, this is the channel to do it on. And hopefully we'll have some Fire Pro streams or some WWE 2K19 news. We're hopefully going to get some New Japan stuff in here. We'll talk any and everything pro wrestling. And make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any content. Leave me a comment down below with what you thought of the show. What was your favorite match? What was your least favorite match? Guys, I'm out. Thank you so much for watching the channel. You guys are the best. Peace.